Hey guys, and welcome back to Orca FPL. This week was a pretty rough one for my side as we got our first red arrow of the season. I finished the week on 48 points, which was bang on the average, leaving us with a game week rank of just over 3.5 million. This puts us at 363 points overall and lowers our rank slightly to 535k. Whilst it was a tough week, I'm still very happy to be sitting where I am given the unpredictability of the results so far this season. Southampton provided a shock win against league leaders Everton, giving them their first loss of the season. Not only did they get the win, but they also kept a clean sheet. This got me 6 points for McCarthy, but my decision to leave Kyle Walker-Peters on the bench has not paid off. James Justin also kept a clean sheet against Arsenal as Leicester went on to beat Arsenal 1-0. Justin has continued to put in solid performances, but we must keep an eye on the recovery of Pereira, as his return may mean that Justin loses his place in the side. Whilst Burnley put in one of their best defensive performances of the season, Tottenham managed to break through and get the goal they needed for the 3 points. Unfortunately, this meant Charlie Taylor only came out of the game with 2 points. Matching Taylor's 2 points was Trent Alexander-Arnold, having come from behind against Sheffield United. To add to the disappointing FPL result from my Liverpool assets, Mo Salah was unable to get any attacking returns, making it 4 points between 2 of my key players. Both Podence and Fernandes picked up 3 points as they got clean sheets against Newcastle and Chelsea respectively. Podence had a great game as he played very high up the pitch, partnering Jimenez up front for many points in the game. Heung-min Son had yet another outstanding game as he broke the deadlock against Burnley, making it 4 goals in 3 games. Son picked up 11 points this week and is partnered up very well with Harry Kane as they connected to make the difference. Harry Kane picked up the assist, and as he was captained, he brought back 10 points. Dominic Calvert-Lewin was kept at bay for the first game this season as Southampton did very well to shut him down early. Whilst it's unfortunate not to get the points from Calvert-Lewin we've all come to expect, we all knew this would happen sooner or later. All we can do is hope that it doesn't cause his momentum to falter and he can pick up in fine form next week against Newcastle. Mitrovic, yet again, blanked and is someone I am really considering to get out of my side. I currently have my eye on Brewster, with the aim of moving to a 2-striker formation, but Bamford's form is hard to ignore. Without a doubt, the Tottenham duo of Harry Kane and Heung-min Son saved my game week, as it was a dismal set of returns for the majority of my sides. With their next 2 games against Brighton and West Brom, hopefully there's plenty more time for these performances to continue. There are 2 primary concerns in my side at the moment, that of Alexander Mitrovic and Charlie Taylor. Mitrovic is significantly more concerning given Fulham's form is quite shocking up to this point. As mentioned previously, I'd like to move down to Brewster and bolster some other positions using the additional money in the bank. But Patrick Bamford is in fine form and hard to ignore for his price point. Assuming that I do not make any transfers, this will be my lineup this week. In goal, I'm sticking with the ever-present Alex McCarthy, who faces up against Aston Villa. Whilst Villa have been on fire this season, I think Southampton have what it takes to get the win. As such, I'm going with the Southampton double up. Walker-Peters should have plenty of opportunity to attack Villa and can hopefully provide us with some needed points. Alongside the Southampton double up is James Justin, who's got an interesting matchup against Leeds away. I think the chance of a clean sheet is fairly low, but there is always a chance of attacking returns against Leeds. Next up is my Liverpool double up, who are up against West Ham at home. Whilst the Hammers have been playing well, it's very hard to look past Liverpool. Salah is likely to be my vice captain, as whilst I am expecting a return to goal scoring form from him, I'll be sticking with a Spurs asset as captain. Speaking of Tottenham assets, Son and Kane face up against Brighton, who have just a single win this season. Brighton are very prone to conceding, having let in the 2nd highest number of goals this season at 12. This sets up my attacking Spurs duo for a highly exciting game. Currently, Harry Kane is set to stay as my captain, but I may end up moving the armband over to Son depending on how I feel closer to the deadline. Daniel Podence plays against Crystal Palace, where I'm hopeful he will continue playing in a forward position. He was getting into some great positions against Newcastle and in my opinion was the best player on the pitch until he was taken off. Bruno Fernandes rounds out my midfield as he meets Arsenal at home. And with the Gunners currently having 3 losses in their last 4, this is a great opportunity for United to compound on this. Bruno always has chances in a game to get points, whether that be through set pieces or just taking shots around the edge of the box. Should Alexandra Mitrovic stay in my side, he is facing up against West Brom. This is set to be a battle between 2 of the worst sides in the league. Given this, I can see Mitrovic getting real chances, but he needs to be more clinical, having rushed chances in the last few games. Wrapping up my side is Dominic Calvert-Lewin, who's up against Newcastle and will be looking to get his side back to winning ways. Newcastle are in no way defensively solid and like to attack, so it should be an interesting matchup for both sides. Everton will need this win to keep them ahead of their local rivals, and Newcastle will want to keep themselves as close to the top half of the table as possible. How did your Game Week 6 go? Are you bringing in any new signings this week? If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel to keep informed on FPL throughout the rest of the season. Make sure to keep an eye out next week as we do a review of Game Week 7 and look at our Game Week 8 preview.